I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast. Brother, we are talking about NXT, May 5th, 2026. Vic and Booker on commentary. We started off with the brawl. Tony D'Angelo ain't playing. He goes right after Tavion, and like he attacks him, and it's just a brawl to start the show, and it's just like, all right. After all the craziness of last week, all the new debuts, all the new people coming, Tony D'Angelo is not putting up with any BS, and he went after Tavion, and it got into a brawl. And you know that's going to set up the main event tonight, when the main event was scheduled to be Lola, Mr. Iguana versus Izzy, and Nico Vance. So let's see how this all unfolds. First match of the night, Jada, Miss Parker versus Kaylee Armstrong, and I'm going to put this out there right now, my match of the night. I don't know much about Kaylee Armstrong, but I want to know more after this match. Her and Miss Parker put on one hell of a bout, beating the hell out of each other, but Kaylee Armstrong Jada Parker came up short. This was a fun match, though. I was like, okay, I see you, Armstrong. Let's see what else you can do here at WWE NXT. Stone's backstage with Tony. Tony says, I want a match with Tavion. And Stone's like, fine, you have your match. Then we have the Vanity Project and Jasper. Well, mainly Jackson and Jasper package. Then we get Birthright backstage. And Finn Finlay has a message from William Regal. He plays the message. And they're like, all right, it's time to get back. Charlie, he's back in England. I think that's what William Regal said, but he's going to be back next week. All right. And then we have Evil, or a.k.a. Naroku. That's who is the new name for Evil, because, it's WWE. So there's very, very few and far in between that keeps their names. But Naroku is here and Evil, and he wants a shot at that championship that Tony D'Angelo has, and he will debut next week. So I was like, okay, we got this. Jasper versus Jackson Drake. This was a fun match, and Lockwood, she definitely was the star of this match. She picked up and body slammed Jasper, and I was like, holy shit! She's the new muscle for the Vanity Project, but helping Jackson Drake get the win. And I thought Lockwood looked great here. She is a beast. And I'm glad that she's part of the Vanity Project. I think it's a good dynamic, with her size and this group itself. So very excited to see where they're going with this. Then we have a Tristan Angels package. I guess he heard sheep or something like that. Rhea Ripley origins. I do love these origins, but I want to hear from the future, which is Zarya. Now that she has shed Miss Sol Ruka to the main roster, she wants that North American Championship. And who's the North American Champion? Tatum Paxley. Here comes Tatum Paxley. She says, you want this championship? Well, here I am. And here comes Lizzie Rain. She wants to put some metal into the North American Championship. Then here comes Nikita Lyons. She comes out, and I'm like, what are you doing here? You lost to Lizzie. But this pretty much ends in a brawl, a fight, and Zarya stands tall with the championship after everyone's knocked out. Tatum is in the middle of the ring. So I was like, okay, I want to see more. Give me more Lizzie Rain. Then we have the Vanity Project and Noam Dar. I was like, oh, man, what's up, buddy? Where have you been? He is back, and he's going to have a match against Jackson Drake next week. There was somebody else there. I couldn't catch his name. They said he paints. I don't know. It was some dude. So then we have Tony is about to come out, but Cam Hendricks, making a name for himself, attacks Tony. A brawl because we were supposed to have Tony versus Tavion right now, but that ain't the case. And so as everything's going, Stone, he grabs the headset and he's like, hey, we can't have this match right now. This is what's going on. And he says, right now, let's do Lola and Mr. Iguana versus Izzy and Nico Vance. That's the match we get next. And it was awesome. It's my second match of the night. It was really, really fun. Nico, did you have to slam Mr. Iguana that hard outside of the ring? Hot damn. I was like, put a little stank on it. Why don't you, Nico? But this was a big one. Lola was like, oh no, my friend. And Izzy took advantage of it and got the win. She pinned Lola, so she's going to hold that over her. And she wants her championship match. Is that at the Great American Bash? We shall see. Then we have Miles and Tavion backstage. Mr. Stone tells Tavion that I just talked to Tony. He still wants the match. Main event. Then here comes Zarya. Zarya's like, hey, what the hell's going on? This is my moment, my opportunity. And then Stone tells him, like, hey, next week, you and Nikita versus Tatum and Lizzie. Zarya didn't like that. She's like, I'm done with tag teams. That's what I said. I'm here. I'm going to be on my own. And Stone's like, you do the match. That's it. That's all. I was like, what a dick. Dark State versus Hake and Take. This was fun. Dark State get the win. I don't know what we're doing with Hake and Take. Then we have Lola backstage and Kaladi. Kaladi Jordan is just a troll. I love it. They get in each other's face, but here comes Kendall Gray. But next week, it sets up Kaladi Jordan versus Kendall Gray. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be a really good match. This here, new face in NXT, Emily Agard. Hope I said that last name right. She set out to get an interview with Mr. Keanu Carver, who I don't care for. And after this, I really don't care for him. I feel like he's just nitpicking from everything else he's seen on WWE, NXT. I don't know. He's just like, I got my family to feed. I'm like, it sounds like Jacob. Why are you sounding like Jacob Fatu? How you get that camera on my face, Emily? Oh, and then we'll put the camera down. We're not recording. But I know you're recording. I'm just like, I blanked most of this out. I'm sorry, Emily. This had to be your first interview with this guy. He's garbage. Like, yeah, he's got some really, he's got some talent in the ring. But the man can't talk. This is like my head was hurting after this whole thing. Shiloh, he's on Instagram. So it was fun. Tony D'Angelo versus Tavion Heights. This was a fun match. Tavion, man, he can grapple, man. He's like, but Tony got the win. Well, Cam Hendricks came out after us being told that Mr. Stone kicked him out. Then Cam comes out. Then Miles Bourne comes out. Then Mason Rook at the end of this. After Tony gets the win, after Miles knocks out Cam, Tony takes advantage and gets the win over Tavion. He tries to show some respect. And when I say Mason Rook, I mean a.k.a. Will Cruz. The gentleman that shocked the world last week with all these new faces. But now he goes by Mason Rook. He says it to the camera, has arrived. They all have arrived. They arrived here. But that was NXT, May 5th, 2026. Vic Booker on commentary. A lot of good stuff here, man. Like I said, Jada and Kaylee Armstrong was my favorite match of the night. Moment of the night, Lockwood just manhandling Jasper. I was like, holy shit. Second match of the night, Lola and Mr. Iguana versus Izzy and Nico. I like that Izzy got the pin over Lola. A lot of stuff ahead, man. But I give this 3 out of 5 for NXT. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit the subscribe. Share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down on Walmart. I am KB the Sex Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
And a nice sign of respect being shown between those two.
Oh, baby.
Booker, it's that guy from last week.